Hello and welcome to Crouton Cracker Jacks. Today I'm going to show you how to make homemade egg rolls. These are the ingredients that you'll need. So let's get started. I'm going to start off with a head of Napa cabbage here. This cabbage weighs about 2 pounds or so, and I went ahead and washed that. I'm just going to cut the end off, and using a very sharp knife, I'm going to slice this into very fine shreds. Now you can use any kind of cabbage that you want. You can use Napa like I am here, or you could use Bok Choy. You could even use regular cabbage that you would use for coleslaw, or if you don't want to shred your own cabbage, you can go ahead and buy the pre-shredded cabbage that you get for coleslaw and such. And once I got that all shredded up, I put it into a large bowl, and I'm going to take a large carrot that I have peeled and washed, and using a box grater, I'm just going to grate this right over the cabbage. Now you only need 1 carrot for this, and it should give you about 1/4 cup, maybe 1/3 cup of grated carrot. And once you get that grated in there, go ahead and mix that together and set that off to the side. Now in a large Dutch oven or stock pot, I'm going to add in 1/4 pound of ground pork. This is plain and unseasoned. I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of water, as well as 1½ teaspoons of soy sauce. And I'm just going to mix that pork in with that water and soy sauce, and that water is actually going to help break this pork down. You want little tiny pieces of pork, you don't want any large chunks in your egg rolls. And before we get going too far with that, I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, as well as 1 teaspoon of granulated garlic, and also 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper. And I'm just going to, using a spatula, mix this together and cook this over medium-high heat until our pork mixture is thoroughly cooked. And once that is thoroughly browned, you'll notice there's not a whole lot of grease and fat in the bottom of that, so I'm not even going to worry about draining it. And I'm going to add all of my shredded cabbage and grated carrots to the pan. Now most egg roll recipes do not have you cook the cabbage mixture or the cabbage and carrots in with the ground pork, just has you mix them together and then roll them up. I like to cook my cabbage because there is a lot of moisture in cabbage, and because there is so much moisture in there, you're going to end up with soggy egg rolls. So I like to cook the cabbage mixture for a good 2 to 3 minutes until it is nicely wilted. Now you don't want to cook this too long because then you'll end up with gray cabbage and it's not going to look very appetizing. So just cook it for 2 or 3 minutes, and then you want to transfer this filling mixture to a colander over a bowl or in your sink or whatever. And you want to let this cool for a good hour or 2, and while that is cooling, you want to let this drain. And you will see when you make this, there's a good 1/2 cup, 3/4 cup of water that will come off of this, and you don't want that inside your egg rolls. Now once my filling was completely cooled, I'm going to take these egg roll wrappers. You can find these in the refrigerated section of most every grocery store nowadays. And it's basically just kind of like a real thin sheet of pasta dough. I'm going to put a square on my cutting board at a diagonal, and I'm going to take 1/4 cup of my filling, and I'm going to put that right in the middle. And using my fingers, I'm just going to spread this out to the corners a little bit, not all the way out because you want some room to roll this up. I'm going to dip my finger in some water and moisten the 2 edges furthest from me, and then the point closest to you want to fold up and over, and then gently pull back, and then the 2 points on the sides you want to fold in, and you want to fold this fairly tight all the way up. And because you moisten those 2 edges with water, that will seal those egg rolls. And go ahead and set it off to the side and finish rolling the rest of your egg rolls. Once you get all your egg rolls rolled up, you want to take a cast iron skillet or some pan on your stove, and you want to put about 3/4 inch, maybe an inch or so of vegetable oil. You could also use peanut oil or Crisco vegetable shortening, whatever kind of oil you like to fry in there. Turn the heat on, and using a thermometer, you want to bring this up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now once our oil is up to temperature, we can go ahead and remove the thermometer, and I'm going to take just a couple of my egg rolls and I'm going to gently lay them into the oil. You don't want to drop them and splash hot oil up on you, so don't be afraid to get close to the oil. You want to fry these for about a minute on each side. They're not going to take real long at all. You just want to keep moving them around, and once they start to get a nice golden brown on one side, go ahead and flip them over and cook them for another minute or so. And when they are done completely and golden brown on both sides, go ahead and remove them to a paper towel lined plate, and then go ahead and finish frying up the rest of your egg rolls. And then go ahead and serve these up with sweet and sour sauce or some hot mustard, whatever is your favorite condiment for these. And there you go. That is how I made homemade egg rolls, just like you get at the takeout restaurant. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more deliciousness. If you'd like to follow me on Google+, Facebook, and or Pinterest, all the links will be down below. Hope you guys enjoy, and thanks so much for watching.